Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, we're going to be talking about Vindicates. We have a deck in front of us that has like 33 or 34 Vindicates in it. That is right, the Reaper King. Now, Scarecrows typically aren't the strongest tribe. While this is technically not tribal, although it wasn't intended to be tribal, but I guess it actually may be. Um, Reaper King here, obviously, other scarecrows get a little bigger, but when a scarecrow comes into play under your control, you destroy target permanent. That's amazing. Now, the scarecrows are not much to look at. There's some that has some pretty neat synergies, but one thing that the aspect of this that I wanted to try to exploit was the changelings. Now, I've got three: the hero, the berserker, and the Titan. And all three are essentially the same card. They all have changelings, so yes, they're scarecrows, so when they come into play, you do get to destroy target permanent. But they also require you to champion a creature. Now, it explains what that does. It's not an ability that they use anymore. They just use it in that one block. But the magic happens when you can champion a creature that's already championed something. Because the way it works, it's kind of like three O-rings. It creates an infinite loop. If you can get all three of these guys, it will create an infinite loop. Because you play one, and it champions something, anything, any random creature that you've got. And then you play another one, and it champions that one. So it's exiled. And then you champion the second one. When it goes away, the first one comes back and champions the third one, and it creates the loop. Now, that is a infinite loop of scarecrows coming into play, and you get to pop a permanent for each one. Now, yeah, it requires all three of them, and there's only three in the deck. Obviously, we've got a little bit of search happening, but also I went the copy route to make copies of them. That way, it kind of makes it a little easier. The copies are not actually as good as the originals, but hey, in a pinch, you'll take what you can get. Now, obviously, this is a 5-color deck, so I'm running. If you're running 5 colors, guys, run a lantern. It'll be one of the best cards in your deck, and some random mana fixing. Now, something I have done with this deck is I'm running a little more basics than normal because I am running a full set of the 5 border posts. I don't know. I just like the border post. Also, I won't go into all of the lands, but obviously I'm running Mazes In because I've got all the guild gates. Now, yeah, you're rarely ever going to pull off a gate win, but every now and then you can. Big games, people not really paying attention, you can pull off a gate win. I think I've done it twice with this deck, but even besides that, Maze's End is it's a Thawing Glaciers for dual lands. I mean, there's no other way to look at it, really. So, got the guild gates. Now, hey, 5 colors. This seems like the thing to do. So let's go with the other cards that are not. Obviously, we're going to have some land search to try to smooth out the mana base. Fabricate gets us a large chunk of the deck. Shard Convergence is really good. I mean, 1 for 4 all day. I'll do it. Okay. Russian Knowledge might seem like a little weird, but just an FYI, just in case y'all didn't know this, The Reaper King's converted mana cost is 10. Yeah, so you can get him out there pretty quick and draw 10 cards from your rush. Wow. Anyway, open the vaults. Obviously, it brings your scarecrows back from the yard after all those board wipes that we are all known for. Although, keep in mind, though, if somebody does board wipe you, play your Reaper King first, because that way, when you open the vaults, you can really hose whoever board wiped you. That's an awful lot of scarecrows with an awful lot of triggers. I've got time reversal. We're going to get to the 3 cards that I'm actively searching. Well, I say searching for replacements for. We've got time reversal, Volrath Lab. Now, Volrath Lab looks kind of cool, but it's 5 to cast and 5 to use. And you're getting a 2/2 Vindicate out of the deal. It seems way better than it is. I don't know. Maybe if I had a clock and power art, it takes a lot to make this good. It's kind of novel in theory, but, you know, hey. It'll be replaced by something at some point in time. Maybe a Monkhead will have some just ballin' scarecrows. And, of course, the Mirror Gallery. Because the reason why I have the Mirror Gallery is because you remember all those clone type effects? Well, if I have the Mirror Gallery out and I can clone Reaper King, then each scarecrow that comes into play, I get 2 187 triggers off of. So, I don't know. Mirror Gallery does seem a little maybe, but in the right circumstance, if you've got a handful of cheap scarecrows and your Fabricate, then this may be the route to go. Now, obviously, scarecrows are artifacts, so, you know, playing a scarecrow, drawing a card, destroying a permanent seems like a good thing. I mean, that's just hella broken. Ghostway, also, here again, that's a lot of enter the battlefield triggers. And if you want to do it more than once, we got our buddy Brago. So, now let's get to the hardcore scarecrow, if that is even such a thing. I'm going to go through these pretty quick because a lot of them are just in there because, let's face it, they are scarecrows. Let me try to get out a little bit so you can see the power toughness. And we have a glare. Look at that bullshit. Okay, we got ourselves a Grim Poppet. Scrap Basket, of course. Chainbreaker. As I said, you have to read all of these as if they had, when this creature comes into play, destroy target permanent. If you don't, they just seem like they're not really good value. And, you know, a lot of them aren't. But they are scarecrows. And packing your deck, as I said at the beginning, if you can pack your deck with 30-something Vindicates on legs, then that's hardly ever a bad deal. Really is. It's a lot of fun. I haven't actually played this deck in a long time. Talking about it just kind of makes me want to play it. I may take this up to the hall tomorrow and see what it does. Anyway, that is what I have got for right now. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. One more scarecrow. That's what I've got for right now. I do appreciate y'all watching. I apologize. It's been a while for the hardcore EDH folks. We did the cube thing. And let me know what y'all think about the cube. Let me know what you think about scarecrows. I appreciate all feedback. Let me know. But right now, it is time to shuffle and cut.